Hey guys, this is Ali Khan again from the ITM Technology team. Thank you for all the wonderful feedback to our previous videos on list building as well as niche detection using the ITM's Platinum user interface. We're very grateful and we hope to bring you just as exciting, if not more, videos to do with many other niches that have popped up in the ITM over the course of the last few weeks, as well as many new and interesting ways of marketing in both the search engine optimization as well as pay-per-click optimization arenas. I'm logged into the Internet Time Machine's Platinum user interface, and I'm going to go ahead and see what today's most recent mentions analyzed by the Internet Time Machine have for us to view. We have quite a few things here, but because I just came back from a gym workout, I'm going to look for something that's more specific to training, more specific to workouts, generally health and fitness related niches that may have popped up, and we're seeing quite a few already. Number 17 is bodybuilding supplements. Number 29, resistance training. That's something I do quite often, so I think I'll take that and research it a bit more. We're going to copy this. Notice it has a fairly high number of broad matches worldwide, searches, 43 million plus, and an ITM SEO ST score of 10, which means that this keyword is fairly valuable to search engine optimization experts or people who'd like to invest their time in search engine optimization as opposed to pay-per-click campaigns due to affordability issues or just not wanting to be investing at this point in time due to X number of reasons. Resistance training shows up with a fair amount of searches and a very good SEO ST score. So if you're looking to perhaps get traffic to your website for fitness related products, or maybe you're marketing, you're an affiliate marketer for a couple of fitness based products on your website, resistance training is one of those niches that you might want to research and get more keyword variations. Include resistance training as well as other variations of this term in your SEO campaigns. Write your articles, make sure you include appropriate anchor text and keyword text in strategically positioned places within your documents before you publish those articles, and you should have a fairly good grasp on this niche as a result. Let's go over to Google's brand new keyword tool. They've released a beta version of their keyword tool, which I must say is a very impressive new product. They've added categories to the keyword tool which previously weren't there. You have keywords now. You have the ability and the leisure now to look through, search for a keyword and then be able to select only a particular category of keywords that relates to the keyword you've just searched for. So I'm going to go ahead and search for resistance training, and they have an advanced options page here. I'm going to because I don't really know how resistance training is faring in the rest of the world, I'm going to select all countries as my locations and the English language, and I'd like Google to show me results for all keyword ideas relevant to the term resistance training that I've just put into the box. I'm not going to bother with maximum cost per click right now, and I'll tell you why in a second, because Google's new interface has added the ability for you to view average CPC and tailor your search to a specific number of terms with good searches and fairly low costs per click. Let's go ahead and search and see what we come up with. Now, lots of terms with varying number of searches, varying number of trends, so of course we need to do a bit of sorting before we can move on. So Google's added a new option here. If you go over to the views drop down, you can click on customize columns, and they give you all of these additional parameters you can add to your view. I'm going to select estimated average CPC and estimated ad position. I'm not going to go into any of the other parameters because they're not something I want to focus on right now. I'm going to be focusing on average CPC as well as ad positions and how many global and monthly searches, global monthly and local monthly searches, as well as advertiser competition that the niche resistance training and its synonymous keywords are getting at this point in time. The keyword tool is still in its beta phase, so you might experience some delays in load ups, but it is very, very cool in that you have the categories grayed out for those categories that don't have keywords relevant to resistance training in them. As you can see, it's been improved fairly well. The health, media and events, and sports and fitness categories have immediately blued out, which means that they contain keywords to do with our search, and you can go ahead and investigate that further. The first thing I'm going to do is sort my columns by estimated average CPC. Of course, this is fairly expensive. $5.5 a click is not something I'd like to invest in at this point in time, though the positions are very tempting, but it is too high a cost for me at this point in time, and I'd like to invest in something a lot cheaper than that. So this first page is between $2 and $5, so I'll skip over to the next page. Again, fairly expensive, between $1.76 and $2.26 a click, so I'll move to the third page. Still expensive. Fourth page, still expensive. Fifth, sixth, seventh. Yeah. Now we're looking at, even though the average cost per click is something about 66 cents, I'm going to be talking to you about how to improve on these estimates and be able to spend roughly 7 to 8 cents perhaps per click on any one of these terms. The first thing you need to notice is that the estimated ad position for this cost per click of 66 cents a click is 1.25. So Google has valued that if you're able to invest about 66 cents per click, you can compete for that #1 position on Google's first result page. However, studies have revealed that the very first ad on a search engine result page usually gets a lower number of clicks than an ad that is, say, at the 6th or 7th position. This is because when people go over to Google, they immediately have a list of ads that shows up on the right hand side of their screen, and they start from the very top, of course, because the topmost ad usually attracts that initial piece of attention. But what happens is when people start noticing those ads, they immediately want to see what else is there as well, and they move down. And a human's span of attention is quite dodgy like that, that once you shift your focus from the first ad to the others, there is something almost always that's present there that will attract your attention more, or that you would want to immediately click on if it so much as attracts you just a bit as well. So that's why studies do tend to reveal that ads in the #1 position are, unless they're very well copyrighted, do not usually get higher clicks than ads in, say, more moderately positioned places like #6 or #7, which are the last few ads. So if you are able to get some good copy together, your ad copy is relevant to the keywords that you advertise with, in this case resistance training and all these synonyms that have come up, you are looking at an ad that can give you a fairly good click-through rate. Click-through rates are extremely important to Google, because if you have keywords that are and ads pertaining to those keywords that are receiving good click-through rates, Google rewards you by reducing this cost per click that you're looking at right now in your favor, and giving you higher positions for a lower cost. And that is one of the good things about Google's advertising program, that Google is very rewarding to those advertisers who've generated very good ad copy and have resulted, and they're basically rewarding you for adding useful advert content to the Google advertiser base and attracting more people towards Google at the end of the day, because of this relevant search that comes up if you have good, intuitive and attractive ads. If you settled for, say, if you put a maximum cost per click in your campaign of about 25 cents, you're likely to get a position of, say, between 5 and 7 on the first SERP, the search engine result page. Stick to that for a while, and you'll notice that if you have fairly well-planned, split-tested ad copy, your ads will receive a lot of clicks, because people will be attracted to your ad by the copy on the ad, and your click-through rate will improve. If your click-through rate improves, Google will automatically lower your bid every time and give you more exposure for less than the amount that you agreed to bid in the beginning. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll be coming back to you with lots more. Thank you again for all your wonderful feedback, and I'll be with you shortly with a couple of more videos addressing many more niches and many more ways to optimize both your search engine optimization campaigns as well as your PPC campaigns.